I know I've said this before, but so many people have been asking me about how I wrote the book. What was the process like? Did I self-publish? And if I did, what did I use? And how do you get the whole process going? And so I really want to keep making more videos about this in ways that can help other people start their writing, continue with their writing. I've had at least 5 people come to me and say that they are so inspired that they want to get back to writing or they want to start writing and they want to be able to put their story out there too. And it's so exciting to know that I have inspired others to do this exact thing, because that is exactly what I wanted out of this. I wanted people to be inspired to do something that they've always wanted to do, that they never thought they either could or they didn't know how to get started. So I really want to talk about today is the process of how I started, and then I'll touch upon the self-publishing, but I think I'll do a more in-depth video about the self-publishing. So today I want to talk about the writing process itself. Okay, so the writing process itself is so much more in depth than just opening your computer and starting a document and just writing, right? If it was that easy, everybody would just be able to do it and there wouldn't be that big of a deal. But if you are talking about just, starting that computer process and what that's like, definitely check out my video I'll tag up here. It tells you about how to start your first 6 pages, and this kind of gives you a really good foundation of how to get that document started. If you're really just wondering, how should I start the document part of it, then that video is definitely going to be for you, and it's more concrete and, hands-on of like, okay, you're ready to write, let's just go through there. But if you're talking about the writing process in general, like I don't even know what to write or how do I write it or what genre to write in, things like that, that is something I definitely struggled with. And I would say I struggled with that for years because I've always wanted to write a book, and I've started and stopped several documents over the years. And so the writing process in general, I think is something that you really have to sort out in your mind first. What is it that you want to write about? And something, I wish I could remember who I found this from, but I found a YouTuber that told me, I took it from her to me, and she told me, don't write about something that you're not healed from yet, because you won't be able to put that out there. And that really hit me hard, because my first book is very personal and very in-depth to some really dark, tricky times. I really had to process that and say to myself, am I ready to write this? Am I healed from it? It brought up a lot of old feelings and past memories. And so when I first started, officially going towards this goal and writing it, it was back in February. And I was writing it more in novel form, more like a memoir. But I knew deep down, I didn't really want to write a memoir. I didn't want to throw other people under the bus. And I was really trying to figure out how to write my story without incorporating people's names and really referring to people in ways that I knew would maybe throw them under the bus or make them feel uncomfortable. And that was not my goal of writing whatsoever. And I know it's my story to tell and they're part of my story, but I just didn't feel comfortable with putting it in as much depth as writing a memoir. I'm just not ready for that, or it wasn't the mind frame that I wanted to go with. And so I think part of it is I was already writing it. I was writing it in the process of this time. And I probably wrote about 80 pages when it came to that point where I was like, whoa, I don't know if this is what I want to do. Like, I want to tell my story, but I don't know if this is how I want to. And luckily for one of my really good friends, Gina, she had written a couple of books already, and I was able to talk about it with her and, really bounce ideas off her and get her ideas about like how she writes. She writes more textual things, so it's a very different kind of genre than writing about personal experiences and things like that. But she was still able to give me a lot of insight. And so I talked with her about things here and there, and then I'd go back and I'd continue to write, and right at about like just over 100 pages, I was like, wow, I really feel like I'm putting together like a lot here, and it's really my story. But I was like, I don't want to publish this. I was like, this is not what I want to put out there. And it was really kind of disappointing in a lot of ways, because I was like, wow, I already wrote 100 pages and I was like so into it, but I was like, oh, I just don't know. Like, this isn't my story that I'm ready to publish. Like, this isn't it. And so I had started, I think at this point I had already started writing a little bit of poetry from my past. I went through some old journals and I started writing a couple of poems alongside of this other one, because I feel like I needed to like get out what I was writing, but in a different form, a different genre. So I went that route. And then as I got to those 100 pages and thought, this isn't how I want to put it out there, So once I started putting the poetry together and really diving deep into my old journals and seeing some of my old poetry, it really became very clear to me that that was the way I wanted to go. I wanted to be able to write about my feelings and write about my experiences in ways that were very candid and ways that I could still express myself, but I didn't feel like I was putting any certain person in the limelight of being like someone be able to pinpoint it and be like, oh my gosh, that was about this person and this was about that. And that, like, I personally feel like if you read my book, there is really no definitive way for you to be able to understand what one of my poems is about, specifically, like who. Because if you're close to me, you're going to have a good idea about some of it for sure. I think a lot of people have guesses and they'll know that like certain things were probably certain people, but there's really no definitive way to be able to tell. And because of some of the deepest, darkest moments that I share, it's not going to be something like, I feel like when you read some of the poems, you're not really going to expect it to be who maybe you think it is. And my only point to doing it this way was to not let anybody in my life that's still really close to me be able to be targeted by somebody and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that to her, or how did you act like that, or whatever. Like, there's none of that. Like, it was more of just me pouring out my heart and soul as a, preteen to adulthood, going through the things that I went through. And so much of it, I have never told anybody before, or I didn't really share it. Or I had brought it up maybe when it was times that people didn't really know if I was speaking the truth or if I was just being emotional or whatever was going on. Sometimes when you have some alcohol in you, people say things and like, you're never really quite sure, right? And so many things in that book, I think a lot of people have told me that they're very surprised and very saddened to hear it. And it's just because I had never put it out there before. So I think the writing process, depending on what you're writing about, can be such a journey. And for me, since I started in February 2022 is when I really was like, okay, I'm doing this, all the way up to October 2022. Well, I think October is technically when I started the publishing process. It really was such a process for me to be able to figure out how I was going to write, where I was going to write it, how I was going to publish it. All the things took a process. And I think it's because it was my first book, I wasn't sure what I was doing, that it took so long. And now, even after just one book, I already have learned so much. And there's already so much about this book that I would do differently. Right off the bat, the title page, oh my gosh, Michelle, what were you doing? Like, that's not a good title page. And I don't even have I do have my copyright in there, but like, there's just not a lot in here that I wish I had done, but that's the learning process, right? I just knew when I put this book out there that I just had to do it. I just had to do what I knew at the time, put it out there, publish it, and go with the flow. And no matter what happened, it's a learning experience. So I think anybody that's starting to write a book or wants to write a book, I would recommend not worrying about every little detail or every little thing that you can or should do. I just feel like you got to learn what you know the best that you can, and don't let perfection stop you, because everybody knows that this is a learning process. And for me personally, I just wanted to be able to have a book that I wrote that I could hold in my hands and have that legacy forever. This doesn't sound right, I think, but like, I don't care if anyone reads it. Like, it wasn't about that for me. I just wanted to be able to have the book. Now, I've already sold like over 30 copies, which is, it's like insane to me that is true. Like, I've sold 30 copies. That's nuts. But I love that. I love that people are interested and they want to read it. And I mean, if I could sell more, that's wonderful. I want to put it out there. But at the same time, like, I had done it for me. And I really feel like if you're going to write a book in any way, shape, or form, you really should be doing it for you and the fact that you want to do it. You got to be passionate about it. And so there really is a lot more to the writing process than just opening up your computer and typing. You have to know your why. Why are you writing it? How do you want to write it? Like, what genre? Never mind just like how you're going to physically write it. Are you going to use Google Drive? Are you going to use Microsoft Words or Notes? Or are you going to use an iPad or a laptop or a computer? There's all these little nitty-gritty details. For me personally, I want to share with you exactly what I did and how I did it. And so that's what I'm telling you about my process. It was a big mental process first to say, what am I going to write about? And so I just started writing. I just wrote. Like I told you, 100 pages later, I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do it like that. And I changed it all to just use my poetry and just write it in that form. And once I did that, I took off. Like, it wasn't hard for me to write another 100 pages because I knew what I wanted at that point. Like, I knew I wanted to put it in the form that was going to make me the most happy. And then I decided I wanted to add graphics, and I was like, yes. And I've always joked, my students can tell you for years, I've always joked I can't even draw a stick figure. And yet I drew the graphic to this novel. All the pictures in here are 100% me. I drew them all freehand. I use an app on my iPad, but like, I drew all of the things. And I'm not saying they're like fantastic by any means, but like, I just wanted to be able to do everything. I didn't want to hire out. I wanted to do it all myself. And so I just feel like you have to give yourself credit for the things that you can do and not perseverate on perfection. And so I use Google Drive. So that's my structure thing for you. Like, I opened up Google Drive. It was the most, appropriate thing for me. And then I was able to format it in specific ways. And also, if you hit that video with the first 6 pages, I give more in-depth detail about like what sizing and all that stuff and margins and things. But I used Google Drive. I started writing. And then I went and reformatted everything. Now, I wouldn't do it that way this time. I would go to my first 6 pages video and start it the right way, in my opinion, and get all the formatting done beforehand. And that way it's already writing in the form that I want it to be. That would be my first recommendation. But I also think too, like, even when you're in there, just because you write something in one part of the book, it doesn't mean you can't like cut and copy and paste and move things around if you need to later. Like, be flexible in that way. But let's say you've written your book now, all the nitty gritty details are there. After that, you're definitely going to want to have pre-readers or beta readers, whatever you want to call them. I definitely had like 7 beta readers, and I've gotten a lot of feedback from them, and I got some spelling errors and grammar errors and things like that. I also read it myself like countless times to make sure that there was no misspelled words or grammar issues. I have yet to have someone tell me in the actual book that there's grammar issues or spelling issues. I haven't seen any yet. I'm sure there's something in there because I just feel like that's inevitable, but I haven't seen it or heard from it yet, so we'll see. I feel like no matter how much you look at it, there's always going to be something that later you're like, damn it. So what? But I'm not going to let that stop me from publishing my book. So after I wrote everything out, I did my graphics, I put it all together, I was finally satisfied. I went ahead and I uploaded my novel or my book to Amazon KDP. I did their program. I read all about it. Their program is very simple to use. I actually heard a lot of YouTube videos saying not to use Amazon's cover designing program that they have. But personally, I designed my cover other ways and it didn't work well for me. I actually ended up using Amazon's cover design program and I loved theirs. Like, it worked out very well. I designed my cover on Canva, canva.com, and then I went ahead and just uploaded that to the template that I chose for Amazon's, and I loved their templates. And it was so easy to use, their program. I personally liked it a lot. So I don't know, you're going to hear mixed things from everybody if you YouTube it, I'm sure, but I loved Amazon's cover design program and their templates. So that's what I went with. That's how I got, like, I designed this cover and how it looks, like the words and all that, on Canva, but they were able to give me the template that made it look like my, my summary, my about me, my picture. Like, they chose this for me, and like, I loved that, and my barcode and all that. So I personally would recommend their cover designing program. But their uploading process itself is very simple and very self-explanatory. They tell you, like, who's the author? Do you want an ISBN code? Here's your keywords. What's your title? Like, they're very matter of fact. And then you just have to upload it. So when you're uploading it, if you're using Google Drive, you're going to want to make sure you download it as either a publication saved file or a Microsoft Word. Again, I can get more in depth in that in another video, but I just feel like when you go through the process of the KDP program, it's very self-explanatory. Like, I don't feel like you have to know a ton to do it. I honestly didn't know a ton. I just went ahead and did it. I did watch a couple of videos, and I'm going to try to also make those videos for people. But I just want you to know the process of writing. You just have to really get in the right mindset first, and then begin the process, and then format it. So I'm trying to make a series here on YouTube that will help anybody with these processes that want to move forward and do something like this. And so my more concrete thing is that video that I'll keep tagging above for you. And then, you know, keep going on and following, you know, my videos to get more in depth. Something I also put out a video just a couple of days ago. I started using this site called NaNoWriMo. I will tag that in the description down below and tag the video here. I love it because it's a dashboard that helps you with your word count, and it encourages you to write every day. And there's other writers that you can reach out to, and there's events that you can go to. And I found it to be a really great platform so far. I wish I had known about it before. I feel like it's keeping me on task, and it's kind of just giving me that motivation. So if you are wanting to start the writing process, I feel like using that website would also be a really great tool to get started. There's so many resources. It's completely free. So I definitely recommend hopping on there as well and finding that support. And also down below in the description, I will share with you my Facebook group that I'm starting for people who want to write their book and they want to get this information and they want to have fellow writers to talk to about it with, especially beginners, because we're all beginners here right now at this point. And I feel like it's really great to have that support group and a safe space to talk about what you want to talk about if you're not ready to share it on social media. So I'll put my group down below. It's very small to start, but I'm really excited to build it up. So if you're interested about joining that group, definitely click that link down below and I'd love to see you there. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, share the video, all the good things. I'm really excited to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2022. And you can help me do that by subscribing and sharing this video with others. And if you have any questions or comments, definitely write them down below so I can help you in any future videos. Follow me on Instagram, and that's the easiest way to contact me as well. And I'll see you in the next one.
Oh, my butt.
What?
Oh, my butt.
Do you need cream?
Yeah.
All right, go to the bathroom. I'll be right there.